Nightly greetings, one and all. Denise Osorio here, homegrown and happy to bring you PTV News now. Starting off our stories for tonight. The first day of MMDA's reinstated no-contact apprehension policy has yielded at least 866 verified and validated violators as of 6 this evening. MMDA's Traffic Monitoring Command Center in its main headquarters in Pasig City was busy sifting through hundreds of minutes of captured images of overspeeding and reckless automobiles moving recklessly or in prohibited lanes or spaces like the EDSA busway. MMDA Chair Romando Artes expressed satisfaction over the desired effect or deterrence as a result of fear of being caught on camera and eventually fined without their knowledge. Artes added the AI cameras capture and flag the images that fall under the purview of moving traffic violations, which are then reviewed by MMDA traffic authorities, tagged, and then send out notice of violations to the erring drivers and corresponding amount of fine to pay. The images are vivid and sharp. The license tags of automobiles in violation clear and excuse-proof. So once a vehicle has been deemed or adjudged in moving violation, a notice is sent via the Philippine Postal. Artes clarified there are no interest charged to the amount of fine, knowing full well the time the transmittal or conveyance of the notice takes is only good as when the PH mail delivery allows it to. In the end, the MMDA chair is filled with confidence and optimism on the NCAP's bottom line of exacting and promoting driver discipline on the road. President Donald Trump's overly aggressive tariff policy, his seemingly hostile treatment of colored immigrants and non-white minorities is being lauded thousands of miles away by its chief military and economic rival, China. And the Dragon Nation has wasted no time to expand its influence in a continent so vastly full of potential, which the Trump administration has sadly ignored thus far, as VOA's Esther Githui-Ewart tells us in this report.
Well, China is a trading nation. Trade is in China's DNA. And so, building export capacity, building the capacity to get imports into China has been a number one strategic issue ever since the reform and opening up of the 1990s. And so what the Chinese government has done is, they had this go-out strategy under President Jiang Zemin that provided massive state subsidies for state-owned firms, shippers and shipping fleets to go out and capture new markets, especially in the developing world. And so it became profitable for Chinese state-owned firms to strike deals with African countries. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why, they are racing very, very quickly to be in a very dominant position when it comes to Africa's export infrastructure.
But Paul, the question most Africans would be asking is, what are they getting out of this?
Well, number one, they're getting efficiency, right? Because after privatization, efficiency has become a major buzzword in Africa as far as export infrastructure is concerned. So that's the first thing they're getting. The second thing they're getting is finance, because you see the Chinese involvement in the African port space is in terms of building, it's in terms of renovating, it's in terms of finance, that is loan finance, and it's also in terms of operations. So it's the entire port development chain. So African countries are able to obtain finance. Then they're also able to increase their export volumes into China. So, for instance, last year, one of the major shippers, which is actually the largest shipper in the world today, COSCO, which is Chinese state-owned, reduced the travel time of goods and services from East and Southern Africa into China to 20 days, right? And that obviously stimulates a lot of economic development for the African continent.
Well, Paul, some people would be a little bit concerned here from the continent, asking what are these naval activities really, what are they here for? Do you think there could be an element of some sort of spying on these ports or these countries that they are, spread around?
Well, our study found, and this, by the way, is the second study. We did another one in 2022 that was basically looking at China's naval presence on the continent. What our study finds is that some, not all, but some of these maritime hubs that Chinese firms are involved with on the African continent do have design specifications that allow them, number one, to dock Chinese naval assets for military exercises and things of that nature. But then some of them also are able to berth major Chinese combatants. And so what the data is saying is that when it comes to the indicators for the potential viability of some of these ports for Chinese naval use, one of the most important indicators is the design features. So if a port is designed to be able to berth major Chinese combatants, that obviously becomes one of the data points that Chinese shippers and Chinese naval planners look at. So yes, some, not all, but some of these African ports do meet some of those specifically.
At this juncture, let's turn to my colleague in PTV's Pine City studios for what's hot and happening in the Cordilleras. Audrey?
Naimbag Arabi, nasurukwalugasot a delegasyon ti Cordillera makipaspasit iti Palarong Pambansa 2025 iti Ilocos Norte. Bukpuklan dagiti atleta, coaches, technical working group kan DepEdCar officials ti delegasyon ti Cordillera. Kabayatan na itinaysayang kat alarong lahi, nagkampiyon ti Cordillera iti kadang-kadang event a pinasitan ti technical working group ti rehiyon. Iti 46 to 48 kilograms category ti boxing elimination rounds, nangabak ti Francis Harencio manipod Rojas National High School Baguio City Division kontra kini Cagayan Valley fighter ani Jetro Arellano. Nangabak ni Harencio iti bout number 10 iti 5 lang a segundo, anabati iti muna a round. Nangabak isuna baban iti referee stoppage. Iti dadumapay adamag impatang ni Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong apalso ti damag nga agwarwaras ang ma-privatize ti panakapapintas ti Baguio City Public Market. Sigun ken kuhana nakalanad iti terms of negotiation at ti syudad laang ti adaan karbengan ang mangimanihar ti merkado publiko iti kanito ang mapapintas. Inlawlawag na pa nga amin a revenue ti merkado publiko ket agturong iti syudad. Itimot na ang regular session ti Baguio City Council na iparang ti baro a disenyo ti public market nga adan iti talo a component, ti parking space, retail kan ti mismo a public market. Maruuray pa lang ti endorsement ti City Development Council sakbay nga adalin man ti lokal a konseho.
It will be presented to the City Development Council. Pag-uusapan niya sa City Development Council. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung ating engagement sa mga syudad, sa mga city, especially telling the truth about the market. It's not telling the lies about the market.
Dagiti damdamag manipod iti PTV Cordillera, siak ni Audrey Villana, Naimbag Arabi.
Many thanks, Audrey. And with that, we draw the curtains on tonight's show. Join us anew tomorrow for another twin bill of breaking stories in the afternoon and evening. So make it a habit of tuning in and keep it here for stories you can count on, news you can trust. Denise Osorio here, wishing you all a cooler and more restful night ahead. And thank you for watching PTV News Now.